Hello lovelies, Dr. Lucy here. I hope you're happy, healthy and well. It is a little after 6 and I'm doing something a little different tonight because we have Dr. Mary's live webinar masterclass in a bit over an hour. So I'm not doing the full shebang, but in fact I'm doing something that makes me a little nervous. So I'm going to be preparing mayonnaise live. Hello Alani. So live mayonnaise. Now we all know that mayonnaise has a mind of its own and sometimes it just works like a charm. And I'm hoping it will. And every now and then I don't know, the universe works its magic and turns out a dud. So if it's a dud, oh well, better late than never. But I'm hoping that it just makes me look like a complete legendary chef. So hence I only have Facebook tonight. I'm not doing Insta. So if you're on Insta, well, you can't hear me because I'm not there. And I'm just going to do a little bit of organising. I've tried to get most of it organised. I'm actually holding the camera because I don't remember that pesky film crew. Hey, Clara. They never turn up. So I'm having to do it all myself. So I'm going to start. So what I've got, I'm going to put it down here. This is my little bench, obviously. And I might be doing a little bit of moving of said camera so that you can look at the mayo as I'm doing it. So it's really simple, like seriously, it's not a fancy recipe. And here are the ingredients. 1 egg. I've got about 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I happen to have a big lemony and I've pre-squeezed it for you. Hello, Karen. Because I just thought, you know, again, not enough hands, not enough time, I just want to do that. I've got nearly a cup. Now I've got macadamia oil. You can use avocado oil or you can use one of the very light olive oils, but I would not recommend using extra virgin olive oil unless you just want to throw it all out because it's disgusting. So it's really bitter and nobody would eat it. If you want to, you can add some mustard, but I'm not doing any mustard because we've only got super hot and I like super hot, but no one else in the family does. I'd love to do a little poll. Who here is a hot mustard eater? I was having it the other day on my steak and I don't know what it is, but I just love the fact that it fills up your nostrils and it just, you're doing all of that. So we're just going to do, yes, I'm not doing any mustard. And basically, and I've got some salt. So that's it, 4 simple ingredients. So I'm just going to maneuver the camera. Now what I've got some coleslaw already chopped. As you can imagine, I got out of a packet. Good, Veronica, you like mustard. And I'm serving it. So I've got a couple of tips. I made on the weekend, yes, definitely you can use avocado oil, Renee. And Clara, you don't like hot mustard. I know, look, I love all mustard. I love seeded, I love Dijon, I love hot, I love horseradish, I love wasabi. But yes, it's one of those divided things, isn't it? You either love hot or you don't. One of the things that I cooked on the weekend, so it was my darling's 18th. I'm now the mother of adults. And so I cooked a couple of slow cooker pulled beefy things. So I had one in the slow cooker and one in the pressure cooker. I did a lamb in the pressure cooker and beef in the slow cooker. And so we've got some left over tonight. So I thought I'd show it to you as well because I invented something. Now, I'm just going to grab it out of the fridge. Hang on a sec. All right. So you know obviously that I am a big fan of Mingle, and they've made some sauces, and I bought them. And I wasn't a big fan of the barbecue sauce. I thought, oh, it's all right, but it's not that good. You know, I'd rather just use tomato sauce. Now I like them because, look, they're not super clean. Okay, they've got some emulsifiers, otherwise you end up with some sort of runny thing. But they're very low sugar. There's no sugar. Okay, they use monk fruit and erythritol. So I made this pulled pork, right? And I just used the Mingle smoky flavor, not pork, beef. Basically, the summary goes, you get a slow cooker, you put in half a bag of frozen onions, your slab of top side on top, no water, and I rubbed the smoky rub thing. So you can either use a Mingle one or any old smoky barbecue rub, put that on, put the lid on, came back 7 hours later, all beautiful. had some plenty of juice, maybe a tiny bit dry, and maybe the flavour wasn't as good as I want. Enter this stuff, pour this all over it, pour it through. Amazing. So now, look at this. I've got the most, don't know if you can see it, beautiful, I've just heated it up, beautiful, juicy, flavoursome pulled beef with, you know, just that lovely tang, but no sugar or anything like that in it. So that is a winner. I did the lamb. Now lamb is tricky because lamb is, as you all know, a very fatty meat. Hi, Neve. And I did that in the pressure cooker, and it was very lamby, like it's a really intense flavour. So what I did was I sort of softened it with some Greek yogurt and sort of put that through, and that was really good. And then we had a bit left over, and then last night I went to have it and I thought, oh, it's still just a bit heavy, a bit lamby. And you know what I did? I just got a big wad of sauerkraut, mixed that through, and the sort of zing of the sauerkraut cut through the grease of the lamb, and it was amazeballs. So there you go, that's a little tip. Now, I'm ready. I'm ready to cook the mayonnaise. I'm ready to put my, you know, culinary reputation on the line. But as you know, it'll either work or it won't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the screen a little bit so that you guys can watch it. Now, the key to making mayonnaise, right, is, I mean, you can do it in a thermi if you want. I've got one, I can't be bothered. I just use a stick blender and a tall jar. Okay, I don't have any luck. I've tried making them in a normal blender and it just turns into, you know, congealed goop. So stick blender and a tall thingy. If you don't have one of these things, just, you know, just a tall peanut butter jar, anything that's tall and skinny. So basically you whack the egg in. I'm going to move it down a little bit so you can see my, you might not be able to see that yet. Hang on a second. Okay. I'll even get it a bit close. I'll even do it a bit more when we get to the actual magic of it all. So, I mean, really, you probably know how to crack an egg. There you go. That's not exactly genius, but I've done it. Salt, okay, I happen to have a bit of this stuff around, whatever you like. If you wanted to put a bit of flavouring in it, you certainly could. I like mine a bit salty. And I've got about 1/4 cup of lemon juice. You can use vinegar, but I don't like it. So I'm using lemon juice. All right, now here we go. I'm going to move this thing a bit down. Oh, in fact, I know what I'm going to do. Just going to, oh, how's that? That's better. Awesome. All right, bring that back here. I'm going to move this so that there's some light. Good, can you see? Beautiful, that looks good. I'll move this big bowl out of the way. All right, now, the key, the absolute key is you don't just dump all the oil in, you put it in slowly, and the whole thing, hopefully, just check that that's good. That's the other thing, make sure your equipment is okay. And if you can, here's a trick that I learned, is you don't put the thing right on the bottom. I don't know why that, I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't put it right on the bottom. So I just do a bit of this and get that egg thing going. And then basically pour it in. Put that through the thing. Good, it's looking good so far. And then, oh God. Seems to be working. Hooray, huzzah. It's very strong, this one. Not the mayonnaise, the blender thing. Okay, let me taste. Perfecto. So I probably might, it's thick, might be just need a little more. And actually I think it needs a little more salt because I got a bit generous with the lemon juice. So you're allowed to stop and have a little taste. Yeah, loud. I'm just raising it up and down a little bit. Beautiful. Good. Now, just stick that over here. Right. Back to me. Sorry. Hello. So I've got this. Now, I've done a little taste test. It's delicious. Should have got a spoon. Okay, it's not, I reckon it could probably be thicker. 1/4 cup of lemon juice, 1 cup of oil, little bit of salt, and an egg, whole egg, and some, you can put mustard in it if you want. But, so it's certainly emulsified, it's not lumpy and it's not disgusting. It will be perfect for mayonnaise, for coleslaw. So I can just pretend I've made a coleslaw dressing. If you wanted to get it thicker, it'll probably thicken up in the fridge when it's cold, and it'll last 5 days. I know. And you know what? If you wanted to buy that, like that's $10 worth, pretty much, because it's macadamia oil, no seed oils, nothing. And so, look, I'm just going to plate up for you. Basically, I've just done. Oops. You probably don't need to look at my boobs as I'm doing the cooking. So tonight, right, have you all registered for Dr. Mary's Masterclass? We're super excited about it. If you haven't, there is still time. And what I'll do, as soon as I finish this, I'll just pop the link to the Masterclass in the notes at the top of this. If you register, you'll get a link then to the Zoom, or whatever it is, Zoom thing. And even if you can't come, if you register, we'll send you the replay. So, how's Quixie? So this is dinner. And look at, I mean, I don't know if you can see this, but it is bloody magnificent. It smells, if I had smell-o-vision, we'd be so happy. Now, look at that. So I'm just going to show you, hang on, let's go. Where am I? There. How about, that was a stupid idea. That's just made you all really dizzy, sorry. How about I do this? That's better. Dinner. No seed oils. You can probably put a bit more salad dressing in, certainly put a bit more meat on. All ready to go. I'm going to go and scoff this and I'll see you all 7:30. I'll put the link in the notes. Have a lovely, lovely evening, darling. See you soon.